For 30 tense minutes, the pack watched Jake eat. He offered some of his food to them, a gesture so alien that Night Strike's tactical mind briefly shut down. This was unprecedented. Sharing food with prey? The unthinkable was happening. Jake, blissfully unaware, chatted as if they were old friends, even offering his peanut butter and jelly sandwich, a simple earth classic that smelled like sustenance and comfort. The pack, starving and cynical, reluctantly accepted the offering. Their first bites were revelations, flavors strange yet delicious, oddly energizing in a way their diets had never been. Blood more eagerly sampled Jake's jalapeno-flavored chips, which he declared the greatest culinary experience of his existence. Razor developed an almost immediate coffee addiction, sipping from Jake's thermos while marveling at the warm stimulant. Night Strike analyzed everything, intrigued by the neurochemical triggers hidden in these human foods. The uneasy alliance grew into a genuine cultural exchange. Between bites and shared stories, they found common ground. Jake, once a corporate consultant turned xenobiologist, empathized with their struggle. Professionals facing industry disruption and automation, stuck in thankless jobs with scant resources. Jake proposed something revolutionary. Instead of mere population control through hunting, why not pivot their hard-earned skills towards supporting scientific research? Their mastery of tracking, behavioral analysis, and environmental assessment could safeguard research teams better than any automated system. The pack was intrigued. A new business idea blossomed, Apex Research Solutions. They would become the premier field consultants for xenobiological expeditions, providing security, guidance, and deep behavioral insights. Jake's human expertise would complement their unmatched skills perfectly. 3 weeks later, the galactic rescue ship Scientific Endeavor arrived to find a shocking scene. Grimfang and his pack casually exchanging field research techniques with a human xenobiologist over coffee and snacks. What had begun as a predator-prey encounter had evolved into the galaxy's most unexpected and promising partnership. With newfound purpose, the pack embraced their new roles as respected experts in the scientific community, not feared killers but valued collaborators. And as they prepared for the Galactic Xenobiology Symposium, Grimfang practiced introducing himself with a smile, ready to share their groundbreaking discoveries with the cosmos. In the vastness of the galactic food chain ***, the Vexery stood unchallenged at the apex of the galactic food chain. Towering 8 feet tall, armored in midnight black fur that could dissolve into shadows, they possessed muscle, claws, and an attitude that sent shivers down the spines of even the most fearsome hunters. Other predators had nightmares about them. Entire species double-checked their shelters at night just to avoid crossing paths with these relentless hunters. The Vexery were so notorious, they commanded premium fees for hunting expeditions, because when you're that skilled at killing, you don't work for free. Grimfang, the pack leader of the most feared hunting group across 3 star systems, stood crouched on a ridge overlooking the fresh crash site. His piercing yellow eyes gleamed with professional satisfaction. Over the years, he had hunted desperate Zephyrians pleading for their lives, terrified Quellan diplomats flashing mountains of credits, and even cocky Martian colonists who believed their advanced weaponry would save them. But a human? That was a different kind of puzzle. Humans were infamous, not for their lethality, but for their recklessness and unpredictability. They were either quick to surrender or prone to doing something so utterly insane that it defied all tactical logic. The target, as reported by Razorclaw, the pack's tracker, was a single unarmed male human building a makeshift shelter. He showed no visible signs of distress despite the obvious danger of his crash landing. Grimfang's twitching ears betrayed his amusement. No signs of distress? Despite his crashing ship now a smoldering crater and no active distress beacon, this human was either calm beyond reason or downright foolish. Down in the clearing, Jake Martinez, unbeknownst to the pack, was attempting to start a fire using the primitive technique of rubbing sticks together, just a few feet away from a perfectly functional emergency flare kit still intact in his wrecked ship. Either as a survival expert or completely clueless, muttered Blood, the pack's muscle. Does it even matter? Night Strike, the strategist, silently calculated attack angles. Dangerous or pathetic, prey is prey. We haven't eaten properly in 6 days. The harsh reality was clear. The legendary Vexery hunting pack, known galaxy-wide as a terror of the Outer Rim, was dangerously low on supplies. Business had been slow. Fewer wealthy clients willing to take the risk of predator hunts. thanks to liability laws and growing concerns about civilian safety. But this human was a sudden golden opportunity. Jake's clumsy fire lighting soon spiraled into disaster. A spark ignited the dry grass just beside him, forcing a hurried stomp to snuff out the blaze amidst borderline curses. Professional assessment, Grimfang whispered into his communicator. Either psychological warfare or his gut survival instinct of concussed lemming. Blood were preparing to charge, 800 pounds of pure muscle and aggression. His method was straightforward. Run at it, roar loud enough to terrify, and crush everything in his path. Meanwhile, Jake gave up fiddling with his damaged communicator by banging it on a rock, apparently convinced his percussive maintenance was a valid repair technique. Nightstrike observed clinically, no combat training, poor situational awareness. Yet Jake had an unnervingly normal heart rate. Terrifyingly calm or just oblivious. Jake rummaged through his emergency kit with confusion more befitting a complex math problem than survival supplies. Maybe this was no trained explorer after all, but a regular civilian passenger. As night fell, the predators prepared to reveal themselves, to remind the prey that this apparent wilderness was in fact a deadly preserve, designed for their entertainment. Then Jake pulled something from his pack, their attention instantaneously seized by the unmistakable aroma of actual prepared food. Not protein paste or ration bars, but a real meal. Grimfang's stomach growled so loud a nearby bird scattered. "Change of plans," he muttered, forcing professionalism over hunger. "We observe."